Man, we're back to do it again, man, and I can't wait. Damn, there's just a lot going on in boxing. Shouts to all the chingones and chingonas. As a matter of fact, give me 1 second to do that right there. All right, let's go ahead. Let's bring them all in, man. All the chingones are here from Florida, out there in the Keys, man, by Tampa Bay. I'm kind of envious, man, when I just see everything that this man is doing. I'm talking about my man, Mr. David Contreras.
Hey, man, I'm excited. There's so much to talk about today, especially right now before we went on talking about this new WBC transvestite. So, man, I'm excited. Let's get to it, man.
Here we got the man that knows all the plans, man. I'll tell you, this guy breaks down fights like I've never seen anybody else.
Yeah, he does an excellent job.
We're talking about, from Mike Angelino Sports, our hermano one, Mr. Mike Zavala.
What's up, Dave? What's up, Ed? Thank you, man. And guess what? Let me show everybody my De La Hoya six-pack. All right, I don't have that.
Hey, he's looking good, man. He is.
He paid. He admitted he paid for it, though. He admitted he paid for the six-pack. It's like his girlfriend has all the plastic surgery and everything.
Yeah.
So he was talking about it. Hey, I forgot her name. Tell him what I did, and they explained that he did a procedure on his stomach. I guess they take the fat out and whatever. But yeah, it's a procedure.
Hey, speaking on that real quick, man, before we get to all the stories, does anybody know when that documentary is supposed to drop? It's been advertised for, I don't know, man. Like almost getting close to a year. I think it started being advertised like back in April of last year. I'm talking about the one of De La Hoya and Chavez. The advertisement started coming out with that, and it just says coming soon. And then they stopped the advertisement. And now I'm just starting to see the advertisement come up again. I'm talking, it's on the zone. David, have you seen this or no?
You know what? I haven't seen it, but I know that what's her name? That movie star. She's the one that did it. The one that used to come on The Good Housewives. Una chaparrita bonita. She's the one that's doing it. I thought it was already out on the zone, isn't it?
No. Oh,
okay.
They advertised it for, I don't know, like a good 4 months or something, and then they stopped. They stopped cold turkey, and then they just started advertising it again, but there's no release date. It just says coming soon.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Yeah, I forgot her name. Una chicana. She's from Texas. She's the one that put it together. Yeah, it's going to be good.
Okay. What's her name? Shit, she used to be with the basketball player from San Antonio Spurs, the point guard.
Yes, she was.
Oh, yes. Eva Longoria.
Yeah.
That's who it is. She's the one that put it together.
Okay.
Got it. By the way, shout outs to OG Gordo right here from Roll Call State to State. He's out in he's out in Arizona from the Phoenix area. As a matter of fact, Gordo, I think it was you that texted me. I hope it was you, carnal. I'll hit you up, brother. But gentlemen, man, we got a lot to talk about. There's a lot of stories going on. Yes, we do have a fight tomorrow on the other, across the pond with Liam Smith and Chris Eubanks Jr. I guess we should touch on that just a little bit. It's not getting a lot of eyeballs. It's not catching a lot of attention. Yet, I think this is going to be a pretty damn good fight, man. I am excited to watch the fight. It's across the pond, so it's going to be at an odd time for us here. But David, quick, man, what do you make of this fight?
You know what? Conor Benn was just cleared by the WBC to come back. So I guess the winner of this fight's going to fight your man, Ed Conor Benn. So I'm looking forward to it. I got Liam Smith winning this fight.
Really?
I'm not a big fan of the one that he's fighting against, Chris Eubanks. I don't follow him as much. I've seen Liam Smith fight, good fighter. I mean, he lost against Canelo, and I got him winning. But I'm not really following it. I'm gonna watch it because that's the only good fight that's gonna be on Saturday night.
Yeah, Mikey.
Yeah, this is a good fight, man. It's a good fight. If you got nothing to do on Saturday, it's a good scrap, man. Liam Smith got down with Canelo. He gave him a good fight while it lasted. He got Canelo in the ropes and he hit him. I'm like, whoa. And he gave Jaime Munguia gave him a good scare.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's game, man. And Chris Eubanks, he has a nice little uppercut. He was training with Roy Jones Jr. He once upon a time he was hot. Now, I don't know what's up with him, but I think this is a good scrap, and it's the formula for a good scrap this weekend. So I agree with you, Ed. Yeah, it's gonna be a good scrap.
Yeah. I got you, Gordo. I got you, brother. Yeah, man. I'm excited for the fight. I got Chris Eubanks Jr. winning this fight. I do, man. I think Liam Smith, his time is kind of gone. It's come and gone. And no, I got Eubanks winning this fight. Now, here's the thing. Now we could kind of transition a little bit to Conor Benn, because he has been cleared to fight. And yes, David, that has been said that, hey, you know what? It's not out of the picture for Conor Benn to face Chris Eubanks Jr. should he win, which I believe he will. However, there's also talks out there that the fight to be made for Conor Benn is actually going to be Kell Brook. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. We shall see. In my opinion, man, I think Conor Benn destroys Kell Brook, man.
Oh yeah, Kell Brook's done, man. He's done.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, he's done. His eye, it's been shattered 2 or 3 times. His retina. Yeah, he's done. That guy should just retire, stay retired. Why come back and lose an eye,
He wants to get a little payday. That's what Brooks trying to get. And he's been done. He's been done.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So make that match. If Chris Eubanks wins, make that weird match that came out of nowhere last year with these guys that are 9 weight classes. I was for it. I liked it. I was for it. I was just like, hey, I'm cool with it. It's kind of weird. It's kind of off, but hey, I'm for it, man. David, what do you make of Conor Benn being cleared to fight? Are you down with it? This vato probably cheated more than once, but there's been investigations. I'm hearing like, oh, maybe it wasn't true. I'm not really sure, man. What do you guys make of it, and what do you think about it, David?
You know what? Once a cheater, always a cheater, bro. Okay. If he was cheating before and they never caught him, or they basically looked the other way, you're gonna find out when he comes back. I mean, look what happened to Margarito. After that fight, when the allegations were made, his coach was suspended for life. So those allegations were sustained. I mean, he was never the same. You know what I mean? So once a cheater, always a cheater, bro. And you know what? We're going to be able to see it in his fights. He's not going to have the same strength. He's not going to have the same stamina. There's a lot of things that come in that we're going to be able to see. Now, if it's a one-time deal, then we won't see much of a difference. But they're now saying that the commission over there in across the pond basically turned the other way. If that's true, we're going to see it in his first fight back. If he fights somebody that's credible, that's how we're going to see.
You know what? I asked you too, Mikey, but let me a follow-up question, David. Do you think, David, Kell Brook does stand a chance for those reasons if he fights Conor Benn?
No. You know what? Even though this guy, let's say for example, he is a little slower, this guy has a killer punch, man. I mean, look at what he did to Chris Algieri. I mean, Chris Algieri's a good fighter. You know what I mean? And at one time, even though he's a little older now, look what he did to that other guy. That what was his name? That he knocked him out like in the first round. And this kid he fought Virgil Ortiz. He's a good fighter. I forgot his name. No, this kid, he has a killer punch, and I don't think that Kell Brook's going to be able to take this kid's punch, whether he is a little weaker or a little slower. I don't think, but I'd like to see him fight Chris Eubanks, fight somebody a little older, not older, but a little stronger than Kell Brook. I mean, look what happened with Kell Brook with Canelo, and look what happened with him when he fought what is his name? Errol Spence. Yeah, it's I don't see him standing a chance. Not right now or in a year from now.
Okay, yeah. Mikey, Conor Benn got caught, whatever it may be, man. What's your feelings about him coming back?
Yeah. I mean, man, sometimes you got to give fighters the benefit of the doubt. So at GMC, we go get some stuff, and it's over the counter. And then if VADA or whoever they test us, you could get caught for a banned substance, or sometimes they have stuff that it's not even on the description, and it's a banned substance for VADA and the other things that the other whatever entities that. So man, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but like if Dave, I'm with you, but I'm not. If he keeps doing it, if you get caught again, then yeah, you're a cheater, man.
Oh no, if he gets caught again, they should ban
Yeah.
him. That's it. Yeah.
Mosley got caught using steroids, and he's a Hall of Famer. Fernando Vargas got caught using steroids versus De La Hoya. Mosley did it versus De La Hoya. Mayweather got caught with some type of steroid, some type of illegal injection for his hand right before a fight, and they kept it shush. So it happens. Let's just hope that this guy's not really a cheater, because this guy, I know that's your boy Ed, and you talk highly of him, and look what happened. He slapped you in the face, man. How do you feel about that? Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what to think.
No, I yeah, man. No, Pop with the drop, man. What's going on? Yeah, and we're definitely gonna get into that. No, listen, Conor Benn was my boy. I was really high on him, especially in the welterweight division. I was telling everybody, listen, man, there is a monster brewing across the pond at the welterweight division. Everybody was talking about Boots Ennis. Everyone's talking about Virgil Ortiz, who's my favorite fighter. People were still talking about, Spence and Crawford. And I'm like, I'm just keeping an eye on this kid, Conor Benn, across the pond. And then he comes out and then he pops dirty, man. He does, stuff like this. I'm like, dang it, dog. You know what I mean? It kind of ruins it for me. So I'm kind of with you, David. I want to see what he's going to be like, man, because I'm sure the testing for him at least is going to be.
It's going to be. Oh, yeah.
So I got to see how much of his success was due to him, cheating basically. Or what, or does he really have, as you say, Mikey, skills to pay the bills, man? Does he really have that? And maybe he was just, using that substance just to give him a little bit of extra energy through training camp. I don't know. So I am interested to seeing him fight. Look, if we're going to be real, there is a lot of fighters that have tested dirty.
Canelo
tested dirty,
but it was just a little bit, but still,
Yeah, a lot of fighters have tested dirty. What you brought up, David, when you said Antonio Margarito, that to me, that's malice, Holmes. That's vicious. This dude was putting something on his hand wraps to make it rock hard and solid, man. That's a little bit different to me, because now you're like, wait a second, man. You are now messing with your fist here. It's not like, hey, I just want to be up on some energy, you know what I mean, to continue. No, it's like, let me make my fist rocks. That makes it, see, something like that. I would say, like, hey, ban the dude and never bring him back. I mean, you guys remember what he did to Miguel Cotto, man? Cotto was busted up. Yeah, destroyed him.
Never the same. Never the same.
Yeah. It was Samuel Vargas. That's the one that he fought. Remember, he knocked him out like in the second round. I mean, I thought Samuel Vargas, and I even thought Chris Algieri was going to give him a better fight. But he destroyed those guys. I mean, the guy had a lot of energy, a lot of power that night, those nights.
Yeah, man. So, a little bit of payback when Pacquiao broke his orbital bone, and then he goes back into the ring with I just mentioned the guy he just
Vince, who you talking about?
Cotto?
Yeah, he gets back into the ring with Cotto, and I just stopped because he just busted his eye open again, man. So yeah. But yeah, I never really liked Margarito. And when I heard he did that, I'm like, hey, man, cut this guy loose. But I'm glad they kept him in boxing, because he got his ass beat like big time, man. So that was good. I liked it. Gentlemen, okay. We all know boxing, keeping up with boxing is like riding a roller coaster in complete pitch black. You don't know what turn is coming up. You don't know when you're dropping. You don't know when it's going up. You don't know anything. You're just trying to, go with the movements that you see. Okay. Brandon Figueroa was set to be facing Stephen Fulton, right? Moving up to 126. Brandon Figueroa has been at 126 for a minute now. That's what we were looking at. Now everything's getting all mixed up. Now we're hearing something different. Now Stephen Fulton looks like he could be getting into the ring against Monster Inoue, which I am high on the Monster, man. That guy is badass. And then Brandon's got his own thing going on. But David, what do you make about all this, man?
You know what? I'm more excited now that Inui, whatever you know, we're talking the Monster has given up all four or five belts. So now he's going to 122. I'm excited, and I guess Fulton has already agreed, according to what I'm reading, what I'm hearing, to go to Japan. And you know, the funny thing about it is he is fighting for less than Ramirez was fighting against Prograis. But this guy's going to Japan to fight him. It just shows you that, you know what, to him, the money doesn't matter. To him, the glory matters. And so he's going to go up there with his two belts to fight against Inui. And I think that is going to be a great fight. Looking forward to that one. And I'm also looking forward to Brandon fighting Magsayo. That's a great fight. Looking forward. And Magsayo and Brandon, I think it's February 18th. So I'm looking forward. That's coming before Inau and Fulton. Yes.
Mike, your thoughts, man? You hit us up and you're like, wow, man, this is crazy.
Yeah, man. Shout outs to Inui. He's daring to be great. He's moving up. He had, like I said, when you move up, you got to get a test fight to see where you're at, type of fight, right? He's moving up straight off the fly. Straight off the gate, he's going to move up to a bigger division. Who could give up his belt's going to move up and challenge the champion at 122, right? That Floyd Mayweather did that versus Castillo, and Floyd Mayweather, in everybody's book, if you really think, he lost because he didn't take a fight to see where he's at. Canelo, he moved up to 175 Bivol just straight off the fly, and he lost. So you don't do that.
Canelo had already fought at 175.
Oh, you know what he fought?
Yeah, he fought Kovalev.
Remember? He fought Kovalev. Yeah. That one's, I don't know. But
it wasn't back to back. I mean, if we're gonna be fair, it wasn't back to back. He fought Kovalev and then he moved back down to 168.
He campaigned at 68
and then went back.
Undisputed. Yeah. Right. All right. But you have to he's fighting the champion at 122 pounds. He's daring to be great. I'm not a big fan of Inui. He's the number one pound for pound. I think it's Canelo, but now I'm gonna see. He's daring to be great, and I respect that. He's giving up his belts, and I respect that. And I respect that we're getting the fight in times that where the managers and the what is it called? Managers and
promotional companies
like Top Rank and Al Heyman, the managers, they really don't make business. They didn't make that Crawford fight. When Crawford was with Top Rank and now Heyman, they're giving us this fight, so they're doing business. So they're looking good for 2023. Man, what a fight! I'm definitely gonna watch that. And the Brandon Figueroa versus Magsayo, that one's a sick fight, dude.
Yes,
come on, that's a banger. And I don't know. I think Magsayo could probably hurt him, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a bad fight. Oh my god, that's a badass fight.
Are you more happy with these fights as opposed to Figueroa versus Fulton?
You know what? It's like if you don't give me this, thank you for this, man. You know what I mean? Thank you. I'm satisfied. In other words, I wanted to see the other one because they had a great fight and they were moving up the division. But hey, thank you for this fight. These two fights instead of one, you're giving us two, and they could meet up in the future. So that's 3 fights. How about that?
Yeah, for sure. Bobby, I see you, brother. Raider, have you guys ever thought of taking calls? Hey, definitely, man. I'm hoping sometime this year we can really make something like that happen. Absolutely, man. No, listen, when it comes to these fights, man, I hope they are set and they are made, because these fights are badass. Am I more excited for these fights as opposed to Figueroa versus Fulton? Yeah, I am, because the one fight that I really want to watch is Fulton versus, we got the pronouncement right here. Raiders helping us out, man. Inoue, right? The Monster Inoue. That one I really want to watch. But no, Figueroa versus Mark Magsayo, yeah, that one's good as well, man. So definitely. Oh, man, you know what? Bobby just dropped off. Oh, man. Bobby, if you're watching, brother, if you could jump back on. I don't know. I'm not sure what happened, but no, I'm definitely excited for these fights. And just like you said, Mikey, it doesn't mean that fight's not going to happen down the road. You know, that fight can still definitely happen. So yeah, I really want to watch these fights. These are some bangers, man.
Yep.
Yeah, these are some real good ones. And I'm going to tell you guys this. Well, Raiders saying that Fulton is going to beat Inoue.
No.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Monster,
this is his weight class, though, guys. This is his weight class. He said so. Raider is probably right. I don't know.
I got it. I got it 50-50. 50-50. Yeah. 50,
you know, he's that good. He's that phenomenal.
Yes, he's very good.
Wow.
He's phenomenal.
Wow.
He's outstanding.
His footwork, how he's willing, how he can cut off the ring, his power. To me, he just looks like a real complete fighter.
Yeah.
Like a just real, true, complete fighter, man. He is something else, man. I'm not saying Fulton does not stand a chance. But definitely I'm favoring Inoue, and I think I'm favoring him probably like 70-75%, man.
And he's not the champion at that weight class, so that's crazy, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah. So
wow,
man, I hope I hope that fight really materializes, man, because that's gonna be something else. I really love that fight, gentlemen. I mean, I guess we can somewhat entertain this real quick. The fact that Oscar came out and said that Munguia, he's looking to put Munguia in there against Bivol. Now, Munguia fights at 160. He's looking to, put him in there against Bivol because they see something that they can, expose and beat Bivol. David, what do you make of this?
You know what? Oscar's probably back on coke again, man. He's probably back on drugs again, man. Because you know what? That's ludicrous. That's ridiculous. Put him to fight Akhmadov, whatever the guy's name, the current champion. He could beat him. Put him to fight Charlo. I see him fighting Triple G, even though Triple G just came out. Well, actually, there was an article on one of the boxing podcasts that Triple G doesn't want to fight him. I foresee him fighting Triple G. Now, that would be a good fight. And even with Triple G, I have Triple G beating him. Munguia hasn't. I mean, could you imagine him fighting Bivol at 168?
Oh, my God.
I mean, there's no way, man. I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't see that happening.
Yeah, well, I don't think Bivol will drop down to 168. Apparently, they're saying that Munguia will go up to 175, or Oscar's saying that Munguia will go up to 175, skip 168, and go to 175 to face Bivol. Mikey, what do you make of that?
And if I'm not mistaken, there's a big rumor that Bivol is going to drop to 168 to fight Canelo at 168.
We're going to get to that, yeah.
So he's willing to drop to 168, but I don't think he'll drop for Munguia.
No.
But Munguia, De La Hoya, está loco. He's probably on coke, but he's a marketing genius. He's a troll, clickbait king. Yeah. So he has us talking about it. Every time De La Hoya opens his mouth, it's shockwaves and it's clickbait. That dude is crazy. He's smart, dude. Está loco, but he's smart. And Munguia has the record of the guy behind you, Yori Boy Campas. He know Yori Boy Campas. Yori Boy Campas had 57 fights, 56 knockouts when he fought Trinidad. What a fight! And Trinidad destroyed him. What a crazy fight. But Munguia, on paper, he looks phenomenal. He could probably even beat Bivol on paper. Oh, my God. But this guy, it's just on paper, man. He needs to fight Triple G. And I don't think it'll happen. Bivol ain't going to entertain that fight. Nah.
Yeah, I I'm kind of with you, David. I don't know if Oscar was, partying out that time or whatever, man, or whatever, but that's just a silly fight, dog. You can't push Munguia up there. First of all, Munguia has not faced an elite fighter like Bivol. Second of all, you're skipping a weight class to get up there. Bivol's not gonna move down to fight Munguia. This would happen at 175, but this fight's not gonna happen. It's been said time and time again for Munguia to fight Triple G. We thought we were going to get Munguia versus Charlo once upon a time, and it looked like that fight was just about to be made, and it all fell apart. But no, I mean, there should be no reason why the Munguia Triple G fight is not made. That fight needs to be made. It should be made. It can be made. I do hear rumors that Triple G doesn't want the fight. How true is that? I don't know.
Munguia was supposed to fight John Ryder on October 19th in San Diego. I mean, we have the ticket stubs where it was already set up, and then they made these allegations, or they made these announcements that he couldn't come across the pond, so they had to cancel that fight. John Ryder would have given Munguia a great fight. I think John Ryder would have beat Munguia, but there's a reason why they didn't put him to fight Munguia, right? And who did Munguia end up fighting? A nobody, right? In December. So now Munguia, I mean, his next fight is probably going to be Triple G, because I don't see him fighting Charlo, and I don't see him fighting one of the current champions. I think it's probably going to be Triple G. Definitely not Bivol.
I like what Raider said. Ed. Raider from LA. I like what he said.
He says Inoue is top 3 pound for pound, but he only fights guys that are stationary and don't move around the ring. Also, he is moving up, and he's gonna have slower feet. I can break the fight down easy.
Wow.
Look, okay. Are the guys just stationary? He makes them stationary. Inoue's footwork is crazy, man. He has great footwork. Look, we'll wait for the fight, man.
Great fight,
man. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be a great fight. I really hope this fight happens, man. I really do. Yeah. I'm high on Inoue, man. That guy is just something else. He's one of my favorite fighters to watch. He really is, man. Out there in Japan. Now, Stephen Fulton going to Japan, that kind of changes the game a little bit, Japan looks at Inoue like, he's some superhero. So, you kind of got to be careful a little bit, man, to see if everything's going to be fair down the line. But is boxing, is anything ever really fair down across the line? Maybe not. But, gentlemen, let's go ahead and let's touch on that. It's been a while since we talked about Canelo. Think about how crazy that is, man. Some people just live and die, just bashing Canelo.
Oh, no, not me. Not me. No, I thought you said live and die for Canelo.
No, but it's been a while since we talked about Canelo. Canelo is in the news again. Word on the street, Holmes, word on the boxing streets is that Bivol has agreed to move down to 168 to rematch Canelo for all the straps at 168. What's interesting to me about this, and I'll start with you, Mikey, because you're what's interesting about this, Mikey. You're the one that brought this up a while back. Everybody was looking at it through Canelo's eyes, but you looked at it through Bivol's eyes. And I remember this was after the first time they fought. You had said, if you're Bivol, move down to 168 and get all the straps. You're making history. Mikey, what's your thoughts, big dog? Do you think he actually does move down to 168?
He's been talking about that. There's videos of him on YouTube. I posted up. He's been challenging Canelo at 68, and he said he's not even interested in fighting him at 75 for the rematch. He wants glory. And imagine if he could go undisputed at 168 with just one fight, and then he fights, and then he goes up to 75 and he fights the Russian. What's his name? Beterbiev. And he goes undisputed at 175. Oh man, that's Henry Ford status. At the same time, going undisputed, and then he's gonna go. What if he tries to move up and gets the straps there? Because at bruiserweight or cruiserweight, they're not even that good. But I'm just getting a little ahead. But if he goes undisputed in both weight at 68 at 75, that's history in the making. He's gonna get a great bag versus Canelo at 68. It's a challenge. He's not a big 175 pounder. Oh man, hey, he opened his mouth and he wants to back it up. But what's wrong with that? What's wrong with trying to be great? Canelo moved up and it didn't work out. Now this guy's gonna move out for his straps. Let's get it on. Let's see what happens. I'm down, man. I'm down. I respect it.
Yeah. So rumor is he agreed to do it in September. David, what's your thoughts?
It'd be a great fight. It'd be a great fight if it does come down to 168. I would like to see Canelo go up to 175, beat him at 175. I think he can. at 175. I would like to see that. But before I see that, I would really like for Beater Beef and Bivol to fight, and the winner gets all the belts. That's what I would really like to see before Canelo again. And I'd really like to see Canelo fight Ryder across the pond, and then in September fight the winner of Caleb Plant and Benavides. That to me is more exciting than even Bivol coming down to 168. I want to see Canelo fight Benavides in September. That's what I'm excited about.
What's up, Pete Town? Which leads me to my next question, Mikey. Bivol agreed for this in September. Okay, is Canelo? I find it very hard to believe that Canelo's just going to wait all the way to September. We got Cinco de Mayo coming up. He's got to have a fight before then. So what's going on with Canelo? Who does he take on? He's talked about going across the pond. He wants to fight over there. There's a whole John Ryder thing. What does Canelo do?
And that's when you're the face of boxing and you're the cash cow. He's got everybody shook. Nobody wants to make a move because it's the face. It's Canelo, the cash cow, man. That he has in awe. He has the game shook. I don't really know what's happening. What's his plan? He hasn't said anything. There's rumors, but they're just rumors. We don't have it concrete. So that's the thing that has us and the masses talking. Like, what's Canelo's next move? I want him to fight a big guy that is similar to Bivol, so he could get that work and get used to it. John Ryder, if I'm not mistaken, is a southpaw, and he's a banger. He's not really like a technician, a guy that uses his legs. So I want that, but I don't know, man. I don't really know what to think of it. The truth, Ed, I don't know what to think of it. He hasn't said anything.
All right. Let me see. Bobby, I got you, brother. Let me bring you on. Let me see. Bobby, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, bro. I'm over here driving. I don't know if you can hear me.
We got you.
Can you hear me clear?
Yeah, we got you. Sound a little bit like an intercom, but yeah, we can understand what you're saying.
I just don't hear you guys too well. You guys are breaking up. But, yeah, I'm out here on the calle, man. I was looking for some huevos. The prices are skyrocketing right now, so I'm looking for the plug.
Got you. You know, Bobby, since we got you on here, man, we'll go ahead and pivot, and then we'll go back, brother. We before we lose you. For anybody who doesn't know, we got Bobby Garcia, the brother of Ryan Garcia. Bobby, let's go ahead and let's talk about this, man. Tank Davis won his fight. Your brother decided to opt out of any fight. What is it that's going on, man? There's a lot of people. Everybody wants to watch this fight, but just about everybody is skeptical if this fight is going to be made. What can you tell us, big dog?
I'm trying to understand what you just said. I heard just bits and pieces, but from what I understand is that, okay, the fight between Ryan and Tank, as far as I know, the fight's going to go on. It's going to happen. What I heard is the contracts have been signed already. They're just working out the everything that's going to, where it's going to take place, the venue, and stuff like that. But I think the initial fight has been signed, and it will take place on the 15th. What word on the street is going to happen in the T-Mobile Arena. So, I mean, don't quote me on that, but that's what I'm hearing on the street. So until it's confirmed, that's when we'll know for sure.
Okay. Why did your brother decide to opt out on a fight in January? Do you know?
Yeah. So Ryan wants to be 100% focused on this fight. He doesn't want he's not doing a tune-up fight, but in a way he is, because he's sparring a lot. He's sparring with big guys and people that look like Tank, that act like Tank, who fight like Tank. So he is fighting. You just can't see it. It's behind closed doors, and that's the way he wants to keep it. He just wants to focus 100% on Tank, and I guess we'll see what the outcome is when all said and done.
Okay, is there any talk in Ryan's camp about Tank Davis and Tank Davis his legal issues possibly him getting arrested, anything like that? Is there any talks and any concerns?
You know what, man? Really, we haven't heard anything from Tank Davis. Is he arrested? I don't know if he's doing time or. I heard that he was out. I heard that he was bailed out the same day. So I don't know if he's trying to keep a lid on it too, or if he's arrested. But he hasn't been on social media, and he hasn't responded to anybody's messages or tweets or anything like that. So I mean, just give us some time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these guys are gonna focus on training. They want to focus as much as they can on training versus social media. You're gonna see a lot less social media and a lot more behind the scenes, man. Because this is a big fight. What do you guys think?
I think it's I think it is a big fight. I think it's a tremendous fight. I think it's a fight that everybody's been wanting to see. Ryan's been calling out Tank for quite a while. I look, this is somewhat. I think this is a pay-per-view fight, man. I think there's a pretty big money fight. Both of these guys are pretty marketable. David, you got anything, brother?
No, man, just excited. I can't wait for the big fight. It's gonna be outstanding.
Yeah, Mike, what do you make of this?
Yeah, man. Before Tank's legal issues and that, I gave Tank the edge. I think Tank, because Ryan was going through some stuff and all that, and I was thinking about it at work. I'm like, you know what? Ryan went through some shit, and in life you gotta go through some shit. And I see him. He did mature, man. We've seen the maturity of Ryan Garcia, dude. And Tank's going through some stuff mentally. He's not focused. If Ryan touches him, Ryan's 5'11", 5'10 and a half with a crazy check hook like De La Hoya in 96. Jesus Christ, he'll knock him out, man. He didn't look so well in this last fight versus Hector Garcia. He got touched up. So imagine if Ryan touches him, it's a wrap. But this fight is dangerous. Ryan needs to be 100% focused, 100% in his A game. Because he's fighting with his hands, but he's also fighting with his feet. He's fighting a southpaw. These guys are tricky. These guys are annoying. And I seen Ryan when he fought the southpaw, a couple southpaws. He got dropped, right, versus the European cat. He got dropped, but he faced adversity and he knocked him out. That's what you're supposed to do. You face adversity and knock him out. He faced adversity outside the ring and inside the ring. I seen the maturity. He moved. He got out of Canelo's camp. He's with what's his name? Right here in North Hollywood with the trainer. Guzman. With Goosen. He's with Goosen and he's looking good. I'm going to give Garcia the edge. If he's 100%, he's going to knock him out, dude. I don't know why. I see something in Ryan. I don't know, bro.
Look, we all see what Gervonta Davis did to Hector Garcia. It was a decisive win. He fucking clocked him really good, and motherfucker lost his vision. Undeniable power. Gervonta's got the power for fucking damn sure. He knows he's got a great IQ in the ring. He knows how to move. He waits a couple rounds. We all know that to study his fighter and shit like that. So, Davis is nothing to fuck with. Nope. That's for sure. Ryan, a lot of people, they say Ryan's a social media fighter. It's all show, but it's not. You don't become a professional fighter and become a star just because you look handsome or you're just fucking, you look cool. That doesn't happen. You have to move up in the ranks. You got to knock motherfuckers out, and you got to be explosive. And Ryan, he has that. He has the looks. He has the speed, the power, and he's lengthy. He's very fast, and so is Tank. I seen Tank's speed. Tank is super fast too. So this fight, Ryan has the advantage because he's a little taller and he's got a longer reach. And then again, you got Tank Davis, who's just a fucking superstar with himself, and he's explosive, he's fast, and he's been in the game for a long time, and he's fought some contenders. So this fight, hey man, it's gonna go down in history for sure.
Yeah, it's a great fight. Great fight.
Hey, Bobby, is your brother still planning on retiring? I know I don't think I've heard him say this in a minute, but I remember him saying that he's still looking to retire when he turns 26.
What happened?
Yeah, that Ryan said that he wants to retire when he turns 26. Do you know if he's still holding on to that or no?
Yeah, I heard you. So he wants to retire when he's 26. I know he mentioned that a while back, but I don't think he's gonna retire. I don't think he's gonna retire. 26 is still young. I think he just said that because shit he was going through at the moment. I think he was going through, shit in his life, and he thought, maybe this is not for me, or maybe, get a bag and bounce. But it's not that easy, bro. You're not gonna grab a bag and bounce. It's not that easy, especially when you're so popular and the people want to see you fight. I don't think he's not gonna go anywhere anytime fast. I haven't heard that this is what he's gonna do, but speaking with my dad, I don't think Ryan's gonna be quitting anytime soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Bobby, I have a quick question for you. Does Ryan plan to stay at 140 after the Tank Davis fight, and is he going to be a contender against Prograis, against Ramirez, against everybody at 140, or is he going to go down to 135? Do you know?
I think they're going to be fighting at a catch weight, bro. I don't even think it's going to be 140.
Yeah, 136.
136. They're going to fight at 136.
Yeah. 136, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan's not coming back to 135 at all.
So he's going to stay after this fight at 140?
Yeah, he's going to stay at 140.
Okay, there's a lot of good fighters at 140. He's going to be great.
Yeah, there's a lot of great fights to be made at 140. Teofimo Lopez, he's not ever gonna come back to 135 either. It's just once you get that big, there's not really. I mean, there's no benefit in fighting at 135. You're losing more than you're winning. You know what I mean?
Hey, Bobby, what's your opinion on Teofimo Lopez? You think he's going to be good as he was at 140 as he was at 135?
If Teofimo keeps his mind right and leaves his family problems at the house or works out his problems, yeah, Teofimo will be a contender at 140 for sure. I have no doubt in my mind that Teofimo's got what it takes to be 140 and be a top contender. It's just that if things are going on in people's lives and when you bring that shit to the ring, you bring that shit to work, what happens, man? You're gonna get into an accident. You're gonna get hurt, right? So stay focused, stay in the game, and that's the only way you're gonna win.
And just real quick, who faced better competition, Ryan Garcia or Tank Davis? Ryan Garcia's best competition was the European, the lefty. What's his name? Dave
Campbell.
He faced Luke Campbell, an ex-Olympian, a guy with experience that fought Lomachenko and etc. And Ryan Garcia got dropped, faced adversity, got up, and knocked him out, and that was great. Tank Davis' best performance and the best guy he ever fought was Pitbull Cruz. He faced adversity. He made him look normal. He didn't look like the Tank Davis. And yes, Tank Davis hurt his hand, but if you really think about it, Ryan Garcia fought Luke Campbell, and this guy and Tank Davis fought Pitbull Cruz. Who looked better when they fought the best competition they faced? I think Ryan. Ryan looked better. Ryan faced adversity. They both faced adversity, and Ryan knocked him out. This guy won the fight in 12 rounds. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Tank Davis has explosive and Tank Davis is this. But when he fought a guy, an elite fighter, he didn't look too well. When Ryan Garcia has knockout power, this and that. But when he fought an elite fighter, a guy with skills and a guy with experience, he didn't look so well. He got dropped, but he got up and he faced adversity and he got the knockout. That's what you're supposed to do, man. So if you really think about it, man, who faced the better competition?
Yeah, for sure, man. Hey, Bobby, big dog, you want to give us any thoughts, man? Any last thoughts on Canelo? Should he face Bivol? Bivol talking about coming down to 168 before we let you go, brother. Oh, man.
We lost him.
You there, Bobby? Okay. Yeah, we might have lost him. All right.
I wonder if Bobby, I was going to ask him if he ever met Canelo when his brother was training with Eddie Reynoso, if he ever went and talked to Canelo and was part of that training team. Do you know if he was?
I don't know. Yeah, we lost him. I don't. I think he's told me. I hang out with Bobby here and there. I never asked him that, but I'm pretty sure. I think he has mentioned that. Yeah, he's been around the guys and everything like that. So Raider L Day is asking, is this guy a half brother? I thought Ryan only had one brother, Sean. No disrespect. No, none disrespect. Yeah, they have the same father. As a matter of fact, Bobby G. Let's see if we got him back on. Bobby, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. You hear me?
Yeah. Okay, so somebody was just asking, man, because everybody knows Sean, Ryan's other brother, but you guys are half brothers. You guys have the same father, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, if you guys don't know, Bobby
My
has
Sugar Rush. Yeah.
Yeah, he has a podcast and he had his dad on there. Hey Bobby, but we're gonna let you go, brother, because we can't really hear you, big dog. You're driving through
All
a
right,
bad
you
area.
got it. I hear you loud and clear now, but yeah, now you can't hear me. So talk to you guys later. You guys have a great night.
All right. Good.
All right,
Thank
man,
you for coming on.
I'll be in contact, big dog. No, yeah, he's a good friend, man. I like him. He has his own podcast. It's not a boxing one. It's just called Street Pulse Exclusive, and he did have his dad on there talking about the fight and also. But no, that was good talk about Ryan Garcia. So, I mean, we try to give you guys the insight that we possibly could. According to him, he says looks like it is going to happen. David, does this fight happen in your opinion, man? I mean, if you had a bet on it, if you had a bet 100 push-ups, David, does this fight happen, Carnal?
Yeah, it's going to happen. Yeah, it's going to happen. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's too much money at stake, and they're both willing to fight. Even Oscar came out with a little piece of paper, whether it was a contract or not, doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, they're going to make a lot of money. Al Heyman's going to make a lot of money. Oscar's going to make a lot of money. Everybody's going to make a lot of money. Why not do it now that they're at their prime? Perfect time for that fight. Yes.
Well, where does it take place? You got Tank on the PBC Showtime, and you got Ryan on DAZN. DAZN does do pay-per-views now. For those that know, they do pay-per-views. It seems like PBC, like all they do now is pay-per-views. So it's gonna be interesting on where they,
Well, you know what, Ed? I mean, to be honest with you, he fights for Golden Boy, not for DAZN.
Right.
You know?
Right. But Golden Boy
DAZN isn't really involved. It's more Golden Boy.
Yes.
And it's up to Golden Boy to see where that fight's going to be. So I think it's Golden Boy and Al Heyman, the ones that are negotiating. And so I don't see DAZN because DAZN, I mean, all that is just a company that Golden Boy uses, but he has no contract with Ryan. So I see it being made without a doubt.
Yeah, Golden Boy uses DAZN as their platform to hold their fight. So that's why I'm wondering where it's going to be at. But Mikey, if you had to bet 100 push-ups, Holmes, does this fight get made?
According to De La Hoya, yeah, I'll do a 3,000 push. How about that? But nah, just playing. According to De La Hoya, but not local De La Hoya, but he's agreeing to everything. They're agreeing to Tank and them are the A side, if I'm not mistaken. They're agreeing to whatever Tank wants, whatever Al Heyman wants. They're agreeing to it. De La Hoya said, we want the fight, but you know how De La Hoya talks trash, but we want the fight. We agree to whatever they want. But we want this fight. So that's what De La Hoya is saying. I don't know if it's true or not, but if they're agreeing, then most likely it's going to be pay-per-view for Showtime and the announcers and whatever the particulars is going to be over there. And if they're going to cut the zone short, they're probably going to have to do that because they want that fight, according to De La Hoya. So they're agreeing to everything Tank wants. So I don't know. I hope this fight happens, and I hope they agree to whatever. I want this fight.
Yeah. I mean, remember what happened when Mayweather was fighting for PBC and Pacquiao was fighting for Top Rank. I mean, they negotiated that. They never thought it was going to happen. They made it happen. So I see the same thing happening. And I agree with Raider Nation. Yeah, it happened with Top Rank and ESPN.
Yeah. I look. It could possibly happen. We had a matchmaker for Golden Boy.
Roberto Diaz.
Roberto
As a matter
Diaz.
of fact, I just found out that he's no longer working for Golden Boy. Did you guys hear about that?
Oh,
no,
what?
I didn't.
No.
Yeah, he's no longer working for Golden Boy. We should get him back on and find out what happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd like to
He's
hear
no longer
that.
with Golden Boy. As of 2 weeks ago, he's no longer with Golden Boy.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. That's interesting. But I liked what he said right there. He said, I forgot what fight we were talking about, but he was saying, like, look, you could hold it on both platforms and you split the money even. So even if one platform most fans go and order the fight through their platform, it doesn't matter because both platforms are gonna spread the feria. So I'm like, oh, okay. So it can happen. You know, if Golden Boy does have this contract, as Raider LA says, because he does use the Zone as the platform to have his fights. So if the Zone does decide, hey, we need skin in the game, we got a contract with you, Golden Boy, then you have both their pay-per-view, and they got to agree that it's going to be split down the middle. I don't really see a problem with that. This fight will bring in money.
Yes, it will.
And the crazy thing about it is that neither of these guys are champions, unless you count Tank's little Mickey Mouse champion. But I don't really count that as a champion. But getting back to the whole Canelo Bivol thing, man. Mikey, you were talking about that he's daring to be great. Who wins that fight if that fight were to happen?
At 168, and I still watch the fight I still watch that fight, and I see a lot of stuff. I know I sound biased. I think a lot of good stuff Canelo did in that fight, and in my mind, like, imagine they would have fought at 68, and guess what? It might come true. Oh man, Canelo ain't gonna lose wind. I seen a lot of holes in Bivol's game. He got hit when he was forcing the ropes. He got hit with overhand rights, uppercuts. So man, at 168, I got Canelo. I got my boy Canelo for sure.
David,
he's not no Ramirez, dude. This is the elite of the elite of the elite.
Yeah.
Okay. David, you had Canelo winning at 175 if they rematch. So I'm just guessing.
Yes, I did.
So I'm just guessing you're picking Canelo at 168.
Yes, and I had him losing at his first fight. I had him losing, but once I saw the fight, I saw the holes that you're talking about, Mikey, and I saw him lose a win at the 8th round on. You know what? Canelo, without a doubt, man, would get the payback. But I would like to see him fight him at 175 because I see Canelo having the advantage at 168.
You know what, gentlemen? If this does materialize in September, okay, and let's say Canelo does win, this can put another hold on seeing Canelo versus Benavidez. Depending on Bivol, what he wants to do. Maybe he doesn't want a rematch should he lose the fight at 168. Maybe he loses and says, like, I'm good. I'm going to go back up to 175 and do what I do there. You know, could be. But it could be that we don't see Benavidez. Well, first of all, we're just guessing that Benavidez is to win the fight. I don't know. I give Caleb Plant a really good chance to win that fight. So, gentlemen, it looks like it's going to be an exciting year. Of course, it's boxing. And just like I said, boxing is like it's riding a roller coaster in pitch black. You could try to feel which way you're going to turn or go up or guess and stuff like that when it's going down. But you just kind of go along with the feel of it, man. Mikey, one last thing that we should probably touch on, man. Boxing is doing something. Well, I'll let you tell it, Mikey. Go for it, big dog.
All right. According to ESPN and what I seen on YouTube and all that, the WBC, Mauricio Suleiman, is starting a new boxing division. It's called the trans division. So he's gonna let trans fighters fight, but there's an exception to the rule. It's called I have it in my notes. It's called the at birth rule. So let me break it down a little bit. And with all due respect to anybody that's trans, I don't have nothing against it. The only thing I have a problem with is this is boxing. It's not basketball or football. You could die. You don't play boxing. So when we talked about earlier this year or last year, was it, Ed, when we talked about it?
Yeah.
We talked about trans in boxing, and I was like, I'm all with it. But if you were born a woman, you identify as a man or whatever you want to identify. You should fight someone that was born a woman and identifies as whatever, but someone that was born a woman. And you can't have a man that was born a man fighting a woman, and they're both identify as they're trans and identify as women or et cetera, et cetera. I don't know. It's a little confusing. So what Mauricio Suleiman has it's called the at birth rule. If you were born a man and you're trans, you're gonna fight another trans fighter that was born a man. He said, absolutely not, absolutely not. A trans fighter born as a man is not gonna fight a trans fighter born as a woman. that's not part of that division. So they're welcoming him with open arms, the trans division, and right now they're accepting fighters and they're doing interviews or whatever they're doing to set up that division. And if you ask me, hey, you want to get down, you want to get punched in the mouth, and hey, I'm down with it. But of course, let's have the at birth rule. I agree with that. What do you guys think?
David, thoughts?
Once again, it's Mauricio Suleiman. Tell me about that weight at 125. What is it called again? I mean, at 225, 220.
Yeah, bruiserweight.
No. Cruiserweight's 190 to 201.
No, bruiser with a B.
Bruiser.
No, it wasn't bruiser. It was a name. They named it after a young man who got bitten up by a dog or something. Remember? It wasn't bruiserweight.
No, he came up with the division of bruiserweight, if I'm not mistaken, right, Ed? Or no?
No, you know what? I looked it up right now. I couldn't find it. No, they named it
about in between heavyweight and cruiserweight.
Yeah, bruiserweight. Right? Yeah. Bruiserweight, if I'm not mistaken.
The bruiserweight?
Yeah, with a B.
I was looking it up. There's no such thing as a bruiserweight. I mean, I'm looking it up right now.
Okay.
No, this one is called, and they made it because somebody lost. I guess a kid or somebody. I mean, somebody. It's the name. It's the name after the young man who got be eaten by a lion or something.
Wow.
By a dog, right? I guess we'll call it the gate weight. Okay, it's not the gate weight, but it's hopefully somebody could write it down. I'm looking it up and I can't even find it. Once again, Mauricio Suleiman saying that, you know what, at 220, I think it's 220 to 225, you could fight at that. There's going to be a belt. Dude, it's not even mentioned anymore. You know what I mean? I mean, Mauricio Suleiman, yes, he wants to be trendy maybe. And he's bringing this up, birthright or whatever he's calling it, transvestite. It's not going to go nowhere, but he has us talking about it. You know what I mean? I don't see it just like that gate. I mean, none of us. I mean, we're boxing experts. We know a lot about boxing, right? And we don't even remember the name of the weight. Nobody's else coming on saying that's the name. But for a while there, they made it like a big deal, like, oh, there's going to be a belt. Dude, nobody even talks about it. This is something that is here today. We're talking about it. It's going to fade. It's going to fade. Once he opens that door, I mean, can you see transvestite, no disrespect to the transvestites, transvestite football, transvestite baseball, transvestite basketball? I mean, this is going to go. I don't see it. I have nothing against it like you, Mike, but I don't even want to waste a brain cell talking about it because I don't see it. You know what I mean? I just don't see it. Now, if they fight, they're good fighters, I'll watch it. But, I mean, it's Mauricio Suleiman coming up with this. And just like he did, like I said, for that 225-pound, you don't hear about it no more. So this is something that's just going to fade away, Yeah.
All right, man. Look, let me tell you guys.
Yeah.
This is going to make a lot of money for a very short period of time. Okay. Now, Suleiman, he's trying to get on the right side of things, trying to get in everybody's, good side that, hey, I'm for everybody. I'm here. We're accepting of everybody. You guys already know how society is. It's like you need to stand on a soapbox and say, I love everybody and accept everybody. And let me go above and beyond to show you that I am for everybody. It's ridiculous. You don't got to do that. But, okay, my point is this. Okay, he can start this, and he is starting this.
Yeah, he can.
Right? The transsexuals, for one, it is an extremely small population. Extremely small population. Okay, for two, out of that extreme small population, you got to find transsexuals that want to become fighters. Okay, here we are. Those that are not transsexual, how many people actually want to be fighters? I'm talking about put in the work, day in, day out, training camps, work your way up there. How many? Not many, man. Yes, there's a lot of fighters, okay? Nowhere near the population of that there is, okay? So now you got a very small population of transsexuals. How many of that small population actually want to become fighters? Good luck finding weight classes, okay? Because if there's a transsexual that says, maybe they're 154, let's just pick a weight, they're 154, and then there's another transsexual that's 170. You can't match them up against each other. You're gonna have to stay within weight classes. Good luck finding enough transsexuals to do it. But let me tell you guys this. When the first fight does happen, believe you and me, everybody's going to watch. Everybody is going to watch. It's going to get ratings. It's going to make money. And then I'm with you, David. And then it's going to fade away because they're not going to be able to pull competitive fights, competition. This is why you got so many fighters, man. You got to, the standards need to be there. You got an elite fighter. You need to have other elite fighters to compete with that. If you don't got fighters on the same level, boxing dies. It dies. If you got one guy at a weight class and he cleared that weight class and there is nobody that can touch him, everybody starts talking about, hey, man, you need to move up or move down. You got to make some of these other fights because nobody in that weight class it can even match you. Shakur Stevenson at 130. There's nobody that's going to match Shakur Stevenson. There might be some fighters that might give him a little bit of competition, but there's nobody that's going to beat him. Move up to 135. Now he's at 135. There you go. Now there's some great. So with this whole transsexual, I just don't think there's going to be enough transsexuals that are going to get into the sport that's going to be able to have the different weight classes and the level of competition there for it to be exciting. When it first happens, it's going to make a lot of money. Everybody's going to be watching, but then it's going to fade off, man. So,
that's my
thoughts.
Yeah, Mauricio, man, this is the trend, and he's giving people a chance. But like I said, man, you don't play this sport's dangerous, man. So I don't know. I don't like it. If you want to do it, but be sure that you could lose your life, man. You could lose your life because you get hit the wrong way, it's over.
Yeah, hey, I agree with Raider when he says you haven't posted it up yet. The son of mother, the one before that. Yeah, Mauricio Suleiman is a walking contradiction and does whatever benefits. If I agree with you, Raider Nation Raider from LA, 100% on that one, man.
Hey, there it is. Bridgerweight.
Oh yeah, the Bridgerweight. I said bruiser, huh? My bad.
Yeah,
Bridgerweight.
And it's named after somebody, right? A young man or something.
I'm not sure, Dave. I'm not sure.
He's asking if we're gonna watch the Showtime fights. Yeah, we're about to wrap it up right here. There are some fights on Showtime. There's also some fight tonight on Showtime. You guys are watching this live, and then there's you got Chris Eubanks Jr. against Liam Beefy Smith. I got Chris Eubanks. Who do you got on that fight, David?
Neither. I'm not a fan of either, but if I'm going to go with somebody, I'm going to go with Liam Smith. Yes.
Mikey, who you got in that fight tomorrow?
I like Beefy. He's a dog, man. He's mean. I like him. I like that dude. He'll give us a good fight, and I hope he wins. Let's go, Beefy.
Yeah.
Vámonos.
Yeah.
I think too much has been taken out of him, man. Too much beef has been taken out of him, and Chris Eubanks is going to take him. But with that, gentlemen, anything else before we bring it to a close?
No. Our show, the police show, the cop show that we're doing, the Gray Line, it's going to start next Tuesday. This Tuesday, one of our co-hosts, he had some family emergencies, but this next Tuesday, we'll start posting it on our Facebook page, and hopefully you'll be able to watch our first episode. Next week, we have Mundo Mendoza coming on, but this week is going to be the intro. It's going to be Tuesday at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, and gracias and shout outs to Bobby Garcia for coming on here. I know he was on the road, man. You guys can go check him out. He has a podcast here on YouTube. It's called Street Pulse Exclusive. I've been on there myself. Street Pulse Exclusive. It's not a boxing channel, but he has had fighters on there to interview them. So you guys can go check them out. And yeah, there it is. Mike Angelino Sports. Go check out my boy. Mike Angelino Sports, man. That is David Contreras, Joel Trucker. You guys enjoy the fights tomorrow and all that, man. We got into like so much different stuff, man. The boxing world is a novela, man. It's a novela. You're watching a novela and riding a roller coaster and pure darkness, man. But what can we say? We love it, man. Hey, chingones, chingonas, you guys have a great weekend. Whatever you guys do this weekend, be safe doing it so we can come back and do it again to the next round. We'll catch you guys then.